Hello, Honors Pre-Calculus students. The video here is to talk about probability related to circular permutations. So if you look at problem number 15, a class has a total of 17 students, 2 freshmen, 5 sophomores, 7 juniors, and 3 seniors. If they were to sit around a table, what is the probability that the number of the students sit around the table such that the freshmen sit next to each other? So the freshmen all have to be next to each other. The sophomores need to be next to each other. The juniors need to be next to each other. And the seniors. So in the last unit, if there are 17 people sitting around the table, we need to figure out the favorable outcomes over the total outcomes. The favorable outcomes we're going to do in a second, but if there are 17 students, then there are 17 minus 1 factorial ways the 17 students could sit around the table. And then if you think of the freshmen, sophomore, juniors, and seniors as a group or a unit, there are 4 groups sitting around the circle. So it would be 4 minus 1 factorial for the 4 groups. Then you could rearrange the freshmen. So the freshmen could be arranged 2 factorial ways. You could rearrange the sophomores 5 factorial ways. You could rearrange the juniors 7 factorial. And you could rearrange the seniors 3 factorial. And at this point, we're going to pick up our calculator and figure out that probability. Using my calculator, I get that as approximately 0.000002, or if you write it in scientific notation, 2.0813 times 10 to the negative 6th. Okay, let's take a look at number 17. If Mr. Cazzato family lines up for a picture, what is the probability that Mr. and Mrs. Cazzato stand next to each other? So again, we're going to do favorable over total. There are 7 people, so for lining up, that would be 7 factorial. And then if you treat Mr. Cazzato and Mrs. Cazzato as a group, and then you have Taylor, Rick, Carly, Wills, and Max, then there are 6 objects lining up, if you count us as a group, so that would be 6 factorial. And then Mrs. Cazzato and I can switch, so you would multiply by 2 factorial, so the final answer here would be equal to 2/7.